Art. Okay. All right. Appreciate you being here. Certainly, really happy to get a win. Really proud of our defense, how they played all day long. Really kind of kept us in the game. Really frustrating day offensively. I think I'd said on Monday, when I'd watched this bunch play, they played hard. They'd done a good job against the run, and they'd run the ball pretty well. And that kind of showed up today. And, to me, this comes back on me. Offensively, I got to take responsibility. We didn't do a good enough job getting our guys ready to go. We, had some injuries in the offensive line. We shuffled. Pierce Toomey, we didn't play today. Shuffled. We'll see how that affected us. Had some guys playing some different spots. They run a little bit of a unique look anyways, which we've seen that look from them for years. They, again, played hard and, but defense kept making plays. Happy to be able to finish the game. Pound out a first down. I don't know. We'll go watch the tape just so many times, just guys not doing their job. And, some of it's a challenging job. Some of it's not as hard as we made it sometimes. But, again, that's a reflection on me, and I've got to do a better job from that regard. But, again, great job by our defense. And, probably solid in special teams up until the give up the block punt, something they had done. They overloaded, and, we'll just have to see, it was off time, what that was. We had a chance to block a punt, which we whiffed on. And then, I don't know, it's kind of one of those days where they punted it, we went safe, and it rolls out on the 2-inch line or down to the 2-inch line. It was just that kind of day. So we'll learn from it. Again, I think you look around our league, and you better come ready to go every week, and you better prepare every week. And I didn't think our preparation was poor, but it has to be better. I think this can be good for us. Anytime you win tough football games, it's good for you. Hopefully get a couple of guys back we didn't have today, and certainly won't get any easier going down the stretch. But with that, any questions you may have?
Coach, given what you already said about the offense, what was the number one reason for Tyler not running today?
Well, to be honest, there probably weren't as many truly designed calls for him to run it. A lot of those are decisions. Actually, a few times he pulled it to throw it, and I wish he'd handed it off. Sometimes that's not dictated by how good the hole is. He's looking at somebody completely different. But you're right. They certainly did a good job containing him. Probably got to find a few more ways to truly have direct runs for him. Certainly, he's pretty good when he does that. But that's probably had as much to do with anything. You knew that it was going to be a phone booth kind of game. They're going to play those two safeties. You know how many times the safety made a tackle on our backfield. And it's hard to get a hat, on them. And when you do that, you got to hurt them down the field more. And we didn't do enough of hurting them down the field. We had some shots, some chances. We had a chance. I think both the deep balls had a really good chance to make a play on the ball. Didn't make them. So again, people play that way. That's how you got to answer. If not, you're blocking more than you got to block with a bunch of the time. And again, that goes back. That's a little reflection on me. And but again, we pounded out. We ran the same play 3 straight times. Had to make a first down because we couldn't run out the clock if we didn't, and we pounded out a good first down there. And again, good one to learn from.
Jack, I think 14 sacks for the defense on the last 3 games. Let's talk about the progression of the defensive line. And I know they were trying to get the ball out and get it, quicker. He was trying to get rid of it quicker. How tough did that make your job of getting to the quarterback today?
If they're just throwing check down balls like that, the goal for us is just get pressure, get in his face, try to make him throw out of a phone booth it's kind of what we're going for. Because if you can't get back there and you can't take him down, then make him stressed. And I think we did a good job of making him stressed today.
Coach, I know it was something you didn't want to settle for, but given how things went in the kicking game last week, you had to be pleased with Ian Williams up for today on field goals.
Yeah. Really, I don't know. I was in a little bit of a – Coach Spangler was standing there by me. I knew it's a little bit how we started the game. We get the pick 6 and comes back, and then we go down there and we didn't make a very good throw. We caught it, had to kick a field goal. Then I think it was third and 10. We didn't get anything, so it ended up being 4th and 10. It was going to be a 51-yarder, and thought about punting it. But Ian easily can kick it from 50. I don't even hesitate about that if the wind's. To be honest with you, in the right situation, up to 60 if he's got a little bit of wind. I really don't even think about it. based on the circumstance of the game. But no, they were really solid. I thought Ryan punted the ball well. Again, we'll just have to see a little bit of protection. We spent a bunch of time on some stuff they did, and going after one, and we did, and we had it, and I think we just missed the ball, But again, that'll help us. That'll help us going forward. I think the other thing, I knew it was going to be a game. It was pretty evident right off the bat. I noticed a lot of times their plays weren't even coming into about 10 seconds on the clock. I felt like it was a little bit of an option game one time. So look, they had 55 plays and we had 66. So, there's a few less plays anyways, but the way they were playing, they were trying to shorten the game, and you're gonna have less opportunities, and you got to do something with it. And but man, just at the time we just kept shooting ourselves. We had the series, I think, after Colton caught the ball. We turned the guy loose on the backside. We get beat inside. I think tight end get beat inside. We got 2 guys off the ball on the next play, so we get the 5-yard penalty. And then I think we run a zone. We got a hat for everybody and tackle tight end miscommunication. We just turned the guy scot-free, come in and kick a field goal. And again, that just kind of summed up the day. So we'll have to be better, and we will be.
You guys have had a target on your back for a long time now in the SoCon, but certainly right now the national ranking, the record speaks for itself. You've got teams like in ETSU that are a little bit desperate when it comes to having that urgency to their season. Yeah. How do you learn from this, and how do you use this as an example? Because you guys have those expectations of that playoff run, and you're going to get desperate teams clawing their way through you.
Well, I think I used those same words in the locker room about 15 minutes ago. You get people like that are desperate and they are talented, and then we gave them reasons to keep playing. You know what? It all comes back to us. We got to take care of us, and yeah, I want to give them a bunch of credit because I saw they made plays, but we need to dive into this thing a little bit and see what and if we got some guys that aren't doing what they're supposed to do, then we got to get that fixed or get somebody else in there that can do that. So again, it's almost the old faceless opponent. Regardless who it is, we got to go take care of ourselves, and that's how we've tried to approach it. And I've been doing this a long time. You have some of these you feel like every year. That was a frustrating. I'm an old offensive guy too. That was a frustrating day. Sometimes when you feel like you just kind of get your butt kicked is one thing, and there's sometimes they did that, I'm sure. But man, we just were our own worst enemy, and but again, just really proud of our defense and how they played. And, they'll certainly be challenged more going forward, but how they played today was phenomenal.
Callie, just talk about 3 interceptions from the defensive backfield today. You had one of them. You had another one, which I think you caught. You probably would have scored. Could you speak to the performance of the defensive backs and who the guys we've seen out there?
Yeah, I'm very proud of us. We've been working hard. I think a lot of people in the past thought that we're a little bit more of a run-stopping defense, which we are 100%. But that kind of rubs us wrong way sometimes, So we've been working hard. We've been practicing, trying to get better every day, and feel like it certainly showed today. Defense line did a great job of rushing the passer like they always do. Linebackers as well, and today kind of paid off a little bit for us. So.
Kind of piggyback on that a little bit. Your interception came late in the half. Early on this season, that's something you guys kind of struggled with, that 2-minute defense, and that's been like night and day for this last few weeks. What's been the key to ending the half better on defense than you have been at the start of the year?
For sure, I think at the beginning of the year, it gets some you got to get some playing experience in, right, at the beginning of the season. As the season goes on, you learn from things, right? You learn to stay deeper, don't let anything get behind you, and certainly we practice it as well. So I think that we're all starting to get into the flow of things and get better head on our shoulders as we go each week, and we're learning from things each week. So.
Josh, just talk about, you were targeted early in the game, and from the outset, I thought you made a difference after, I don't know if you had a catch or not last week, but today, I think the onus was on you, and you went out there and really performed well. Just talk about your performance and what the focus was in practice this week to maybe get you involved.
I think I just always have to be ready for my opportunity. My number's called, just be ready. I mean, don't get down on myself if it doesn't come to me. I mean, some games the run game is dominant, and other games we just need the passing game to be there for us. And I mean, this week it was the same as all week. The preparation, the focus. We didn't take these guys lightly. We won't take anybody lightly because we know what type of game and we know what type of season we want to have. So, I mean, the preparation is always there. The coaches, they always believe in us. It's never a practice where they're like, okay, we're going to target this guy this week. I mean, all of us are going to make a difference. We had a lot of guys step up on big situations. So, I mean, it's just being ready.
Piggyback off that, on the touchdown, it seemed like it was seemingly 9-0 forever, and then, well, I guess it was just the same quarter. But 6-0 forever, and then 9-0, and then you follow that up with the touchdown. What happened on that play to finally get you to pay her that you've been seeking all day? Offense.
I mean, Coach Roper called a great play. 3rd and medium, I think it was 3rd and 6. Knew they were going to bring pressure. So when they bring pressure, I would just basically replace them. So, I mean, when it opened up, I was just thinking, oh, I see the end zone. Let me get there as quick as I can. That was really all I was thinking.
Josh, is this the kind of game that you guys as an offense, like you're already itching to get back on the field and do more, get in the end zone more? Is there already that, how many days till next Saturday?
I mean, just taking it a play at a time. Like when defense is out there, like I know the offense is always looking. Like, what is the defense finna do for us? And then we gotta reciprocate the same thing for them. Like when they're on the field for a long time, we gotta go down and we gotta get points to give them a break. I know we'll get better and we got some things to fix, but other than that, I think we'll be good.
Today's offensive performance could have been compounded with turnovers, but it seems like y'all haven't had, I don't think you've had one since Sanford on tip pass.
Knock on wood.
But that's been it seems like something that's really been a key to your offensive success lately.
Absolutely. I don't think we've had a fumble since first game. You know, and I think the young guy lost a fumble week 1. And I think almost all those have been tip balls. So yeah, we've done a good job of that. And you know, that's part again how we have to win games. And you know, and I think our guys understand that. I mean, they hear that enough from me. But you know, we're not going to be the most talented group. We have talent, but it's how we use that talent and how we play and the execution. And you know, I think we'll put the tape back. I think our guys were playing hard all day today, but our execution wasn't very good. You know, I think we showed toughness, you know, but we got to have all 3, you know, and obviously we didn't have all 3 today. So, and that's, you know, but we found a way to get it done. So, and we'll have a bunch of people that love to trade with us. So we'll be happy to take it and move on.
It's kind of an old cliche, but was this any kind of trap game, you think?
No, I mean, you know, it's funny. I talked to George after the game, and, you know, I think he's done a great job. I think he's had a really tough kind of go, but I think those kids are playing hard, and you know, he kind of, you know, we talked about timing of things. You know, we had a few guys out of position, but, you know, Travis didn't go today, and I thought Micah and Ivan played really well. You know, man, they showed up as much as they have, and, you know, the offensive line, we got to get, you know, hopefully we'll get Pearson back and we'll get that back solidified, but no, we just need to, like I said, we got to practice. You know, we got to practice better. You know, practice better, and we got to have a better plan for them. And I think certainly we need to get Tyler a little more involved. You know, with his legs, because that's a big part of who we are. You know, and because when that dimension's there, it changes everything for them. And again, we let them maybe dictate the pace way too much today, and we weren't good enough to overcome it in a lot of ways.
As you turn your attention now to this last month of the regular season, what do you say to these guys now as that calendar turns and you're looking at these last few?
Well, the goals hadn't changed, and you know, we talked about last night about this team leaving its mark, you know, and really that's winning a conference championship, because we do that, it gives us an opportunity to do the other things we want to do. So that's where it starts. We're in a great spot. You know, I'm assuming we're still the only one that hadn't lost a game in the conference, and we've been in some battles, so we're prepared for that. We'll certainly have a really big challenge next week. A team that's still in it too. That's not just a spoiler. They're trying to get a piece of it too. So, you want to be in these situations late in the year. Real similar situation when they came here last year, and we found a way to get it done, and we'll have to go to their place and try to find a way to get it done this week.
Let me ask you something not specific to this game, but kind of overview of the season. This first year that Furman's played since Dick Sheridan passed away. I know you played for him. A lot of guys who've come through here have played for him over the years. And I'm just wondering how that weighs on your mind as you get into this season, a season that so far has been very good, a lot of potential. I listen to some of the things you say, and it's almost like I'm listening to Dick Sheridan say things. Can you just talk about maybe a little of that influence on everything here?
Well, I appreciate it. I take that as a great compliment, you know, and it's literally, Coach was on my mind the last day or two, and I'm not sure what triggered it. You know, we were recognizing a bunch of those guys this weekend. It was Players' Day, so we had a bunch of players back, and I saw a lot of the older guys. And I literally think I was standing there practicing, somebody had their helmet, and we had the decal on the back. And I just happened to look right at that, you know. And so coaches, you know, you kind of miss him not being around, you know, and bounce stuff off of him. But I mean, man, if you watch us play, I certainly hope you see some things and how we try to do it. I can't promise you we always do, and I think how we try to run our program, how we try to treat people, you know, try to embark, you know, push that upon these guys. And yeah, man, I mean, you know, I think what he did here was incredible, you know, and I think he's gotten a lot of credit. But I think people who truly know what he did and the time he came and how he flipped it, man, that was just unbelievable. And I miss having some conversations with him, because he's going to ask me about football. You know, it was going to be about football, and he was as sharp as ever. You know, up to the last time I talked to him. So, but no, I mean, you know, 50 year of the Diamond F, and that's a pretty cool thing. You know, I'm hoping we can use some of that mojo down the stretch. So, you know, I'm proud of our team. Our kids are working, doing it. You know, we just got to clean some stuff up, and you know, I have no doubt we'll come back tomorrow, and we'll get rolling on Chattanooga and have a big challenge. But I think we'll be up to it too.
If you were still alive and you were going to get a call from him tomorrow after watching the game, or you know, video or in the stands or whatever, what do you think he'd be telling you?
He'd be as positive as he could be about everything, you know, and he'd ask you specific things about Tyler Huff, and you know that you know, he would love Tyler Huff, you know, just Tyler Huff, the way what he's made of, and our guys the way they play, you know, and again, watch our guy, you know, that's how he was. He just was always that way, and man, he had this aura about him that. You know, there's a bunch of old guys around here today. You know, he just walked in the room, and it was total respect. But man, you'd see a bunch of 65, 60-year-olds all of a sudden straighten up because they were, you know, coaches in the room. But nah, like I said, he was just positive every experience I've ever had with him.
How special is it for you to be wearing that hat now, that coach's hat at Furman?
Absolutely. I you know, I don't take that for granted, and you know, it's been a blessing for me to be back, and I'll say this, just the staff we have, I can't say enough about those guys. You know, and these guys will tell you, you know, heck, they do all the work. You know, I try to provide a little guidance and leadership, and you know, it's just, you know, our school, and I think it's just everything. We got a really unique situation with, you know, our school, yet, you know, we don't let our challenges, you know, interfere with trying to play championship football. You know, we've proven here for a long time you can do both, and that's kind of our goal. But yet at the same time, preparing our guys for what's next. And you know, but we're going to enjoy the rest of this football season, and we'll be excited to go to work this week.
What would be the perfect ending for a season like this that's kind of dedicated to his memory?
Well, let's don't lose another game. I think would be the best way to do it. You know, one thing about ours is when you know, and we got 3 more weeks. A 15-week season. We always tell them our season's 15 weeks, counting the bye week, and then you got the playoffs. You know, hopefully, and you know, when you start the playoffs, and in our deal, there's only one team that doesn't lose a game, and it's that last one. And we've done it. I've been there, been a part of it, been in 3 of those games, and I think we got a good enough team to do that. We're talented enough and got the makeup to do it. Now, we still got to do a lot of things better. But absolutely, you know, this will be a fun little run. And I told them last year was fun. That was a fun little run, but we left something kind of we felt like on the field, and hopefully we can go get it done.
Just any of the 3 guys here, I don't know how aware you guys are of Coach Sheridan or his legacy here and all that, but do you sense that both through the coach here and maybe some of the other guys that played for him over the past years? Anybody?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Hendrix brings the energy every day, and I mean, it all goes back to that who's at the head of your team, and this man carries it well, and we respect him, and we're going to follow him all the way to the end.